Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Yes, today we are going to be playing with Barbie dolls. Just kidding. Okay, so hello guys, everybody. Excuse me that I look like crap. I did not sleep at all last night. I was up till 6 a.m. in the morning, so I still am tired. I look rough and hash, as it were. Hash browns. Pause! Pause, everybody. I said pause! Pause. Pause. There's sometimes I do that and I sound really just like a pause. Yes, I built this from scratch. I keep missing all my opportunities. This video is rough, guys. Bear with me. I couldn't find any of the stuff I wanted to tell you about. I'm trying to find pictures online and I'm forgetting to do that too. I couldn't find my Elmers. I can't find my Elmers glitter glue things when I know I had so many of them just recently laying around. Pause, everybody, pause. I have to see, does this look like Juno birch? Pause. I don't know about that. Or are these sunglasses a little bit more Juno fantasy? Leave me in the comments. There's fish fingers in the microwave. I feel like Matilda's mom. Matilda's mom. Okay, so YouTube. I have been watching a whole lot of Hextian doll repaints and like reconstructions. He cuts them apart, takes off their arms, their head, their legs, all this stuff, puts them back together, and remolds them, repaints them, all this really cool stuff. I didn't realize YouTube must have like a really strong algorithm with dolls, but with toys in general, I know it does. I didn't really think about it or like pay attention because I'm pretty oblivious and an airhead. So, long time ago, I know I always talk about, I used to have a lot more videos and a lot more content and I had a lot more followers, but everything got deleted and blah, blah, blah. So, I was just going to talk about this. I have my Harley Quinn pants on. These are so cute from Walmart. They were meant to be women's. They're pajama bottoms. But I have had videos where I had these doll heads on the video and they always get lots of comments and like interactions and people ask questions about it. People always want to buy my doll heads off of me. Go get your own. You can go get your own doll head. And I'm not saying that to anybody specifically. I'm just saying it happens a whole lot. So this doll here, you can see that her hair is dry and the pink color is stripy and all this kinds of stuff. I love watching Hextian's videos completely thoroughly. He talks so calmly and like it's just soothing and like kind of monotone, but like I like that. It's relaxing and therapeutic. So I used to do a whole bunch of art when I was younger. I miss doing art because I don't hardly do it anymore. There's like never time. And if you have a passion or creative or talent or skill, it's like, how do you have time to do it? Because if it's not making you money, then blah, blah, blah. And that's kind of sort of how my parents always was. But I just want to talk about these dolls really, really quick. So these dolls are Hair Art brand. And you can see that on the bottom, it has like this weird thing. They sell a clamp that you can clamp onto your table, and then you stick it in there, and it's like a ball joint with like a screw. This particular doll, I don't remember her name or like where did she come from, but there are a lot of dolls like this on the internet that are fraud or imposters. These ones that I bought, they have real human hair. Sometimes you will buy a doll that uses this picture, and then when it arrives to your house, it's not even that doll. I think when I first got these dolls, I got out of high school in 2006. And I know I was buying these dolls right away. We have a thing in Ohio called Rogers Flea Market. I'm in Western Pennsylvania. But this is like before like online shopping was a big thing. So I would try to go and buy them. or you buy these dolls' heads and their hair is already hacked up and chopped up and into oblivion. So Hair Art is the brand of this doll, and this old one that I used to have, her name was Grace. The newest one that I had got, her name was Tessa, a couple years ago when I was in North Carolina, Outer Banks. These dolls are very, very, very expensive. Years ago, back like in the 2006 time, you maybe could get the short hair doll for like $60, $80. They're all ridiculously expensive now. Now, if you get one that's even like the hair is more than 12 inches, so you think of a ruler, like a foot long. If you buy one that has hair longer than 12 inches, you're paying over $150, I promise you. Just trust me. Trust. So, my first boyfriend ever used to make fun of me because how the doll is Hair Art, he would always call it Harriet. This is one of the first ones I have, one of the oldest ones I have. And the reason like I want to do this little video, because Hextian, he cuts apart his Barbie dolls and he paints them back together. He even uses acetate, acetone, whatever that's in nail polish remover to remove the face. And so this is one of the dolls that I've had the longest flipping times. And there goes her earring because she's busted. She pulled a Raja. Okay. These earrings are super cheap and they're nasty. And they were $1. And that's why I don't want to put them on my own head. But yes. This doll, they all come blonde, okay? This is one of the ones that I've had one of the longest time. I think that the hair looks good. It's still shiny and healthy. I have colored this doll hair so many times. And she has cat ears on right now from Hot Topic because there is a big bald spot in the top of the head, okay? You can see there's a closure right here. So I did have cut bangs into this doll, and this doll, obviously, you flat iron and curl the hair. It's been done so many times that the hair just starts to fall out. But in this doll, in the back of the head, you could never know. Well, here you can see like a little bit of a different color. Because hair color fades and it does get whatever. I painted on her mask using like these fabric glue, like the Tulip brand, that are, once they dry, they don't come off. And I made her mask to look like the black cat from the Spider-Man 2 video game. Felicia Hardy is the mask, okay? Now, Felicia Hardy has white hair. I wasn't going through all that. So this is Selena Kyle from Catwoman. I just gave her Black Cat's mask. And I mess up her face a lot of times. I can see like that something happened here and I used an X-Acto knife to scrape it off. But I just want you to see like the paint that I did on these. Because I want to change this one's paint. And you can see up here, I had burned her forehead with a curling iron a little bit. Because again, this is one of the ones I've had the longest time. I had this one since like back in 2006 or something. And again, this doll would be like $150. And so her hair got really thin and really bald-headed and everything like that. The weave that I inserted here, I had got from the beauty supply store. Let me see if I could show you. Like you could see some pins right here, like sewing pins. And this particular weave, I think the brand was called Equal. It wasn't Pose Model. I think it was called Equal, and it was called Double Weave. Because it was like the wefts and the tracks, they were doubled. But yeah, this hair looks thick and luscious. And you can see like that the pins go up to like the ears. So I must have done like the nape of the neck all the way up. And her back looks like dirty because I got hair dye onto it stained. These dolls are supposed to come with lashes. They're supposed to come with ear piercing holes. They are meant for competition hair styling. Competition, like, you know. And when I had inserted the weave hair in, and I measured out the tracks and I cut them and I pinned them in, and I didn't want to cut them a whole bunch, but you have to because like you're going back and forth and there's already hair into there. So this doll head has like a bunch of pins and needles in the head. It's kind of like Hellraiser, you know, if you think about it. But, oh, and then I forgot to show you, but the paint on here, like how I did the contacts and I tried to make them look like cat eyes and the lips, I had used those Elmers glue, like the 3D glitter glue pens. And I have them somewhere, like I could show you, but I'm not going to be able to find them. I have like a great big thing of it somewhere. If I can remember, I'll just put it into the video. But anyhow, she's been with me forever and a half. Selena Kyle, she's been through hell and back. you know, you have to wash these in the bathtub or the sink when they get dirty. And when I first inserted the weave hair into here, and this weave can take heat like up to 400, but you can't go higher than that because it'll melt. But the weave had layers on it because it was like a 90s Aaliyah kind of haircut, and it was really flippy at the end. And when I put the hair in here at first and it still had that wave and the curl to it, it looked so full and so luxurious. And my my ex had said, oh my god, it looks like a Hispanic, like a Selena, you know, the kind of hairdo. So here's that. I can't believe how freaking long and fast this video goes. This sucks. So, this is one of the second ones I got. Obviously, I tried to make her look like Poison Ivy. Now, my nephew one time said to me, she doesn't look like Poison Ivy, Uncle Shane. Well, she's my version of Poison Ivy. This is Pamela Isley. I love how I did her makeup so freaking much. I have a little ostrich feather in there. It probably come from Hobby Lobby. I used to shop there all the time. I worked there once upon a time. These earrings came from Big Lots. They were feathers and they had a bunch of other crap onto them. But even her, excuse the spider web right here. I think there's a great big spider web. So we have a really cool store in Ohio. I haven't been there in forever. But it's called Hair Depot, right? And Hair Depot is a great big store that it's like the size of Walmart, and all it is like beauty supply store. So you can get wigs, weaves, wefts, eyelashes. They have jewelry. They have like stripper costumes. They have like costumes that you would see like on Fashion Nova or like those kinds of fast fashion knockoff things. So the black doll head and the red head, I had these when I was in beauty school, and we got mannequin heads in beauty school, and they were ugly and disgusting, and the hair was nasty as all hell. And I remember having these in school, and there was a girl who made fun of me for having these. She's like, why do you have that for, and why would you pay so much money for that, and da-da-da. And every freaking buddy wanted to play with my doll heads. It stressed me out how bad so, because people were rough on them. They'd rip the hair out. These are dolls. They're not going to grow the hair back. Also, which brings me to this. This is a flat iron that I bought a long, long time ago. Again, like before I went to beauty school. This thing used to be so beautiful and pretty. It was a Kyoto pearl finish on the white, but the whole thing was like encrusted in diamonds and rhinestones, right? You could see mostly all of them had fallen out. So this chi looks like shit now. Chi by Farouk. And I'll never forget a girl that I went to school with. I'm friends with this girl. I don't have a problem. But she colored her hair bright ruby red and then rinsed it out. I wanted to flat iron her hair with my iron. It stained the shit out of this. And people just took, and take without even asking. I'll never forget someone at my beauty school. I had Red Lobster leftovers in the refrigerator, and they freaking ate my leftovers. Like, who does that? People were always stealing out of people's lockers and everything. Anyone who watched my video, you don't need to go to beauty school. Watch YouTube, you learn. Because I paid $23,000 to go to beauty school, and all we did was watch YouTube. True story. Facts. So, this doll here, I have her looking like Pamela Isley. When I was in beauty school, I had already had this one colored red, like box hair dye. And, I mean, red doesn't really super show. And we gave her an ombre in beauty school. It was a very light sun-kissed one. Me and a kid partnered up. We did like a balayage and like a sombre, like a soft ombre. But I love how I did her makeup. And I'm so impressed that I did this. I know that my nephew said, don't look like Poison Ivy. Okay, well, cool. I picture Poison Ivy, Pamela Isley with green skin. That's how I picture her. This one, I was kind of going for an Uma Thurman moment, but no, not really. I just wanted to be recognizable, different from Catwoman. Because all these, like, Barbie heads come the same, and their face will come off with acetone. But, how I did her makeup, so the lashes too. Like, I added some lashes to these because sometimes they come with sorry, crusty lashes or whatever. But for the eyes, I use those Elmers glitter glue gel squeezy things. And then for the makeup, I use gel pens. So all that I kind of did was like a little bit of a graphic, like winged eyeliner. And again, guys, I've had this doll like forever. And it sounds like I'm being stupid right now because it sounds like I'm bragging or whatever. I used to do so much art, and this was like long before YouTube. I like watching Hextian's videos because I used to do arts and crafts, and I would do some of the same stuff that he does, and no one ever told me how to do that. Like, I was self-taught, and you have to figure out things for yourself. So again, with this doll head, if you could see that different color of hair back there, again, I had pinned in wefts. So fake hair, synthetic hair, the same as the Catwoman. And wig hair is a lot harder and more difficult to curl and style than human hair. Human hair can take heat. It can take, chemical hair dye, perm, whatever. And then I just was going to show you, I had some like plants and stuff. So she is my Catwoman. She's my Pamela Isley. And I had some of these plants and flowers from Hobby Lobby. Again, yes, Hobby Lobby is like a homophobic store or whatever. But I have these on like a bookcase. Pamela Isley's been with me everywhere. And this particular style, there was a tutorial I seen a long time ago in beauty school. Mind you, I've had them dolls forever and forever. And I'm going to have to cut this video short, I can already know. But, there was like a pinup retro vintage style. And that was my favorite thing about the Poison Ivy from the cartoon with the Harley Quinn. I liked when Bruce Timm had the Poison Ivy. So then this will be really simple. This is my Tallia Gool. I have peacock earrings on her. I painted her eyes with nail polish. I don't know if I put lashes on her. I think I just put mascara on her. I need to put a lip onto her. She does not look at all like a Tallia from the Batman cartoon. I know, like, that's what I was wanting to go for. She kind of looks like, honestly, I was trying to replicate a Kardashian hairstyle when I was in beauty school. I colored this whole doll with brown hair dye from a box. And then I went back in and I did blonde highlights, and I did them as like a caramel butterscotch. And when I divided the pattern here, I did a star parting. So all my sections was a star. And every different section, I did the highlights in a different direction. So that way, when it fell and it cascaded, it was really pretty. And the whole thing about highlights, why it's so pretty or beautiful, gorgeous, with curly hair, especially if the hair is highlighted, it makes it look expensive. It shows the dimension. It shows the depth. You see the light and the dark and the pattern of the curl. It makes contrast. It's like, more visual and more everything. And again, all of these doll heads, I've had them for so long. I can see that the hair is just like straggling and it's dry and it's fried. And, even bugs can get into it or whatever. But I showed you this the other day that I was sewing this wig hair onto her. I just ripped her eyelashes off the other day, so I'm going to have to put new ones on. But this is fake Brazilian mermaid hair. It does take heat, and it can be styled. It actually came as a curly or a crinkly or whatever. And then, yeah, this is the Tessa doll that I have. This is like the last one that I bought, and I think she was $200 or $220 even. It might have been, the doll was $200. The shipping and handling might have been $20. And I was in Carolina, Outer Banks, when I got her, and she went with me to Florida and Hawaii and all the places. But yeah, again, all of them dolls that I have, they're $150 each. Don't get it twisted. Don't misconstrue anything I'm saying to you. Even this blonde one that is bald-headed, because she's short hair. These are expensive as ever because you would practice braiding on them or cornrowing or whatever. You can still use it as a wig stand or a jewelry stand or whatever. And I was going somewhere there. I used to have a purple one like that I lent to an ex-friend that they destroyed, and they never gave it back, and they never reimbursed me for it. And that's shady. Okay, shady lady. But this is the color that they usually come. They come like a blondish caramel kind of color. The Poison Ivy, how I added the hair into the back, it was called Copper, that particular one. And yeah, they come like this. I even used to pretend when I learned how to thread eyebrows, I practice on my freaking dolls. But I won't forget that, like, that girl at school made fun of me for having these or buying that, and she thought it was stupid. But a lot of the kids were freaking jealous that I had the nicer dolls, and, like, they always wanted to be up my shit. And I had a friend back at the time, a gay boyfriend. He's not my friend no more, but he had said to me one time, don't let other people like get in your skin because they're freaking jealous. We went to school in like the ghetto or the hood or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I did want to do more things with Miss Tessa. I think she is 24 inches. It could be 26. I forget. I mean, I had a video on my YouTube when I first got her and first opened her. But I do love her hair. She reminds me of Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones, and I don't know why. Like, the hair reminds me of it. Not her. She's not like an evil bitch witch queen that I freaking love and live for. I was a Cersei stan, like I really did. But I liked the midget the best. But yeah, her lashes are pretty like sad. You see, like they're just strings. They're pretty boring. Some of these come, and even though they're supposed to have pierced ears, sometimes they don't, and you got to do that, and it's a pain in the butt. But I was wanting to tell you about the work that I had done on the Catwoman and the Poison Ivy, because I'm very pleased and I'm proud with myself. And the Poison Ivy one, I always put plants around it to try to make it like it's alive. I had this little diamond hair clip thing in the Catwoman and the jewelry that she had. And oh, I know I keep saying like I'm going to try. I always want to play with makeup and do things. I think I can impersonate Juno Birch pretty good with this Jaclyn Smith grandma shirt. And then I don't have a cow apron, but I have this overall sweat thing. And this looks like a cow print apron. And I had this over top of this just the other night being stupid. And I was doing my little snatch game. So that was fun. But yeah, I want to get back into art. I miss it. I don't know when would I ever have time. It's like the stress and struggles of life. And I have to get off this video because I'm over too long. But I will see you guys later. Thanks for sticking in, if you even watched me or not. And yeah, when I used to do hair or if I used to crochet, because I did that kind of stuff all the time, art is therapy. Art is relaxing. You can zone out. You get peace and tranquility. And it's like, it's almost like meditation. It's so crazy. And I used to get like that when I was doing people's hair. But I love watching Hextian's videos. I've watched so many of them. I feel like I could snatch game him. So like, that might be in the works too. Bye. Thanks for putting up with me. I'm such an idiot. I always forget everything. I wanted to show you. These are cute little earrings that came off of Etsy. And they were titled as Juno Birch. Honestly, truthfully. So whether you could see it or not, it is a UFO spaceship abducting a cow that says moo on a hoop.